Brawl for All was a very controversial thing, and you ended up getting out of it after the first round. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, it wasn't that I got out of it. They no longer wanted my service. It was kind of unusual because the Brawl for All, again, I don't remember where we're at, but I was at one of their matches. Could have been a Monday Night Raw, could have been a Tuesday night taping, which probably is a Tuesday night because it was a much more relaxed type of thing. The Monday Night Raws, they're all wound up pretty tight on the live shows. So probably a Tuesday. Different agents basically just gathered all the talent up into a cafeteria area and said that we've got this concept that we're going to be doing called the Brawl for All. And they're talking about these boxing gloves being put on and going for these 3 rounds and boxing aspect right there. And they're like, well, everyone, we want all the talent, men talent to be involved in this, except for Ken Shamrock, Dan Severn. And I'm like, okay, it was a nice little purse that they're offering up, stuff like that. And so this goes on for several weeks that, yeah, they're doing a Brawl for All match on the WWF show, along with all the rest of the professional wrestling that's taking place. And then several weeks into this, I had one of the agents come up to me and goes, "Hey Dan, how would you like to be in the Brawl for All?" And I'm like going, "Against who? How much?" And they basically threw a name and they gave me a figure. I go, "Sure." And but when the match is done, I walk back through the curtain. When the match is done, it's kind of going, well, now the same agent comes up to me and goes, "Well, now you're back out of it again." I walked out just for one payday and come right back in. I'm thinking, this kind of strange, but
Because the excuse they used on TV was you didn't like the boxing gloves, so you backed out of it. That's what they had
yeah,
said.
well, that's good. But what they say and what's the truth are two different things. I mean, I'll be again. I'll be the blunt to the point. When I went out there for the first match, I should say, back up. When this road agent was asking me to go out there first, I go, "That'd be fine, go, but I would not. I don't want to wear gloves." And he goes, "Well, you can't fight bare knuckle." I said, I will never throw a single punch. I will show you what a true wrestler is. I'll block and parry. I'll clinch, I'll take down, and I will show you the real ability of a wrestler." I go, it might be, you do happen to run a promotion that says professional wrestling, the marquee word wrestling. We're not talking about professional bull riding, we're not talking about professional whatever, but it's professional wrestling. I'll show you what a real wrestler can do. But, it literally, it's one of those type of things where if you could redo this, in hindsight, if I could redo that match, I wouldn't even bother talking to that road agent about that. I would have simply just, I would have went out there and I would have said something like, "Referee, okay, referee, take the gloves off. That was all part of the gimmick, okay?" Of which he's not going to know. He'll take the gloves off. Game on. It's kind of like those things, it's kind of like going, well, you kind of learn this kind of stuff after the fact. To me, it's like I was trying to be a company person. A company wants this kind of results. Sure, I'll go get this kind of results for professional wrestling. Now, I'm going to be in a Brawl for All. Well, this is all about me winning. Nothing about how long the match is going to last, something like this. It went the 3 1-minute rounds or whatever the time was, but it was nothing. It was, to me, it's still like a lackluster match because I got these 20-ounce gloves. I really can't clinch my hands, but I took Godfather down, I clinched him, I threw him down, and that was really about the extent of that match.
And they didn't have, they weren't licensed to actually hold those matches either, right? There was no commission governing
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think Quebecer Pierre was in it, and he doesn't have vision out of one eye, so I don't think he'd be licensed by a fighting commission, right? Because you can't block.
Well, again, it probably fell under that category of this is professional wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's, like I said, I simply, how I figured I got into it, make a long story short, is I figured that the only reason that this Brawl for All probably came about in the first place, you probably had maybe 3-4 of the executives sitting around, BS with each other, saying, I think this guy's probably the toughest guy on the roster. No, I think this guy, and they're like, well, let's come up with this idea, and I think that's how probably.
According to Vince Russo, who I actually interviewed, he said it was his idea because JBL had said he was the toughest guy and could beat anybody in WWE, and he specifically constructed that because he wanted to see JBL get beat. So, as ridiculous as that sounds, I guess he was the head writer at the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, does it surprise me? Not one iota.